I really didn't see the difference between going on a date with someone in, in New York and him taking you to dinner and expecting something in return.
That was Ashley Dupree, the woman behind the sex scandal that ended up bringing down New York Governor Elliot Spitzer. She spoke to Diane Sawyer on 2020, and she's also giving an interview to People magazine this week. And in both interviews, she openly talks about being an escort for hire for the first time since this story broke 8 months ago. American Morning legal analyst Sunny Hostin has been looking into possible legal issues here, and she joins us now with more on this. Thanks for being with us. We didn't really hear a lot. I mean, you think something this salacious as the New York governor brought down because of basically paying a prostitute. We didn't really hear many facts about it. Are there gag orders? Or how does this work?
Well, it's interesting. It's been reported that she received immunity, but my sources tell me that she didn't receive formal immunity. When you get formal immunity from a federal prosecutor, you get a piece of paper handed to you with the government's signature, your signature. She did not get that. My understanding, Kieran, is that she got sort of oral immunity, which is why when you look at People magazine and you look at the 2020 interview, she was very careful. She was almost scripted, and she could still have legal exposure, and that is really what is curious about a case like this.
And it's also interesting because Governor Elliot Spitzer was never prosecuted as well. I believe that they were looking into whether he had improperly used the money. They determined that he didn't take money. Right, he didn't use public funds or campaign funds. He used his own money. But let's listen to what Ashley Dupree said about him to Diane Sawyer on Friday.
He looked familiar, but I was 22 years old. I wasn't reading the papers. I was so involved in my life, and I was so selfish and caught up in my life, and I didn't know who he was.
So there she is speaking a little bit about the former governor. Were you surprised that the Governor Spitzer wasn't charged?
Everyone around here knows how I feel about this. I was very surprised. I actually was outraged by it. I can't imagine that the government could not find federal charges there. He moved money to offshore accounts, Kieran. That's a structuring charge. He certainly transported her from New York to Washington. That's transportation, interstate.
Would he have been held to a higher standard? Because Johns aren't always, oftentimes they are let off the hook, right?
Well, they are, and that really is policy by the Justice Department. But this was not your ordinary John, and the government oftentimes makes examples of people. We remember Martha Stewart, and that was the same exact office that prosecuted Martha Stewart that gave the governor a pass. It really is completely outrageous.
And playing devil's advocate, there were some who say, look, he lost everything. I mean, public humiliation.
Really?
He lost his governorship. He's receded into obscurity.
Well, he's a wealthy man. He's working for his family's business. I don't think that was enough in this case, especially in light of the fact that there were 9 other people described in the indictment, 9 other men. They were given a pass, but the bookers, 2 bookers, college students, and also the folks that ran the ring, they all pled guilty here. This was a huge, huge case, and everyone got a pass. But Ashley Dupree has not received a pass.
Okay, so she's in legal limbo here. When does she know for sure if she's off the hook?
We don't know. She doesn't know if she's off the hook until she has that piece of paper. And Ashley, you don't have that yet.
All right, so maybe we won't hear any more from her until she knows for sure.
That's right.
Sunny, great to see you. Thanks.
Thanks.